So I wasn't invited here by Facebook. I just showed up, even used free miles to get the flight ticket because we have no money. We're staying at a hostel. It's a dorm room with 6 more people. I am a almost 32-year-old guy staying at a dorm room in a hostel, and that's startup life. So I'm Gilad, I'm one of the founders of Cups, which is a coffee subscription app for independent coffee shops. Who here likes coffee? Yeah. And the rest are lying, right? You can't live without coffee. It's funny to do a presentation without having the presentation, because I see the slides, they're all in my head.
Can you email? Can you email or?
Sure, it's not as entertaining without me, but yeah, I can.
No, email it to us and we can open it up on.
It's not going to
Grab it.
Oh.
It's in your notebook. Put it in your legs and shoulders.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to get it? All right. So this is how it would go. You would see this, and then I would ask, who here agrees? Show of hands, the rest are lying. Okay. It's all practice. It's all scripted. Everybody loves coffee, right?
Yep.
Loves is probably an understatement. I bet most of the people here wouldn't. Exactly. Wouldn't let a day pass without having at least 1 cup of this beautiful, steamy, delicious, sexy.
Feel like having one, right?
Yeah.
I like
gold even.
I like
right?
decaf.
Are you serving
that?
coffee after that? I
Decaffeinated.
hope so.
I feel like an AA meeting.
Are you tasting coffee?
Decaf is not coffee.
Well, then I don't like coffee.
And this is something else you can't live without, right? And Starbucks, the world's biggest coffee chain, knew that when a few years ago they launched the Starbucks app. To those of you who aren't familiar with the Starbucks app, it's basically a mobile wallet for the Starbucks chain. You deposit money and you're able to buy stuff at Starbucks, and you get rewards and you get levels, and you're a green level and a gold level. It's all very, very exciting. Today, the Starbucks app accounts for 16% of Starbucks' revenue in the US. That comes down to $2.5 billion going through the Starbucks app every year, which makes it, and that's the mind-blowing fact, the world's most successful mobile wallet. So a coffee company developed the world's, the mobile wallet that has the most money running through it. And this is a fairly accurate display of the US map. Those of you in the back, it's Dunkin' Donuts and the Starbucks logos. And at first glance, this is what it looks like, right? These 2 big chains basically dominate the coffee market, which is kind of true. Together, they have around 20,000 locations, by far the biggest chain selling coffee in the States, but there are over 30,000 independent coffee shops in the US. Together, they have $12 billion in revenue. And this is where Cups comes in. Unfortunately for these chains, for these independents, they can't compete with Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. App development costs are way out of their reach, but that's not the interesting part. They're not united. And because they're not united, even though there are 30,000, they'll never be able to offer the same level of comfort and convenience as the Starbucks app can, for example, with its 12,000 locations and impressive biceps. So this is where Cups comes in. We unite independent coffee shops and help them compete with big chains. We do that with a mobile app that's offering unique prepaid coffee plans that basically make it easy, fun, and rewarding to visit independent establishments. So in a sentence, and it's like every startup has to have this sentence to describe it, we are the Starbucks app for all other coffee shops. There's a short video now, but I think I'll skip it. You won't hear anything. For example, we offer an unlimited coffee subscription. That's right. Unlimited monthly fee, and you can get as much coffee as you want in each one of the 150 coffee shops currently working with us in New York City. I live in New York, from Israel, live in New York, but we'll get to that. We launched Cups in Tel Aviv about 2 years ago. We did a really small pilot with 80 coffee shops. It was successful on the unit economic level and business model, but what we found out about Tel Aviv, and we should have known because we grew up there, is that it's pretty tiny. and we could have made the decision to keep working on it and keep expanding it, but after around 8 to 10 months, we realized that the market is just too small. And in order to see Cups' full potential, we need to go to the coffee capital of the world. So, October 2013, I got married. And then 2 weeks later, I left my wife in Israel, not left, but she stayed in Israel. And I came to New York to start working on Cups in New York. Meet people, understand the coffee ecosystem, coffee shops, consumers. Is anyone going to talk to an Israeli with an app in Hebrew? In the beginning, I actually pitched American coffee shop owners with this Hebrew app. They didn't understand why it's written from right to left. But yeah, in the end they were willing. It was Israeli coffee shop owners in the beginning. And last May we launched Cups in New York City. As I said, we work with 150 coffee shops and just closed a seed round. It's going well on all the startup parameters, traction stuff. But when you think about it, the more interesting thing is Cups is essentially the third biggest coffee chain in New York. These are all like East Coast places. Very soon we'll have more locations in the city than Dunkin' Donuts or even Starbucks. We're at almost 60 now. Starbucks is 210. And this is where our vision, it's probably going to change in a month, but right now our vision is, or the more interesting play in Cups is the fact that we have created this coffee chain or a network of independent businesses that united is able to provide its members with kind of the best of both worlds. On one hand, they get the resources, the tools, all the functions of being part of a chain and stuff that were previously only available to chains. But they still get to keep their unique, individual, independent character. So by doing that, we feel that we're kind of leveling the playing field, right? Giving independence, the power of chains, and then making it easier for people to actually visit the places they want to visit with better coffee, better food, whatever.
Awesome.
That's it, yeah. And
I do want to add, if you guys must be following what's happening in the last few years, but there's a big movement in the country for sustainable, organic, natural source, natural ingredients, all that coffee actually. And there's a big movement against actually Starbucks and Starbucks not being allowed to be, because it's obviously it's threatening the business and the growth for the mom and pop shops, but that have been around for years. So there's a big movement against that. So something like that kind of like unites all those independent coffee shops. I mean, it's a big concept. So I think you get good potential.
thank you.
Yeah.
Amazing presentation.
Yeah, congratulations.
You should see it on a big screen.
Yeah, one of the best speeches I've seen. So.
How many cups of coffee you drink a day?
4 to 5. Yeah.
Did you explain why you're here?
We came to do mainly investor meetings towards the A round. Yeah.
And you're expanding outside New York when?
The next city is probably going to be San Francisco. but we feel like we still have more stuff to figure out in New York before
In
we-
Seattle.
And Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywhere with nicer weather. I'm from Tel Aviv. I'm not used to New York. It's horrible.
Especially at this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Norbert?
I was just going to say, have you heard of Product Hunt?
Yeah, we were on it. We were on it in April when we first week we launched, something like that. Last year.
Okay.
Yeah, and someone told me, "Oh, you're a product hunt." I said, "What is it?" I had no idea. It was pretty
Because
small
I
then.
saw another company doing that in Melbourne, Australia, which is where I'm from.
I know,
One
Upshot.
year-
They,
Yeah, Upshot, just a month ago. It's very similar.
it's a complete copy. Unfortunately,
Everybody's
yeah.
having-
We've been around for 2 years. It is, I mean, whatever. I would do the same if I thought it was a good idea. But it's amazing because they actually use our same language in their website and everything. Yeah.
Well, credit to you, you should be flattered.
We have the States, they have Australia.
How much is the subscription for unlimited coffee?
So unlimited coffee, it includes, obviously it's for all our coffee shops, you don't just choose one. It includes all drinks that you can get at a coffee shop, and it's $120.
Oh,
But it
Per
does
month.
give you, as much coffee as you want.
Can that be shared with a friend? If I-
No. So kind of like in New York we have the Metro Pass
Okay.
and the unlimited. You have to wait 20 minutes between slides, so you won't do it to your friends. So same case with cups, it's a half hour between cups of coffee. And the subscription locks on your device, so you can't really share it.
How did you arrive at that $120? You gotta do the math, right?
Yeah.
An average
we-
person is spending.
So it's data, it's data that we learned from Israel, mainly. That's how we got to this pricing, knowing the average, at least guessing the average consumption based on what we saw in Israel and research that we did about consumption in New York. And briefly about our business model, basically we sell these prepaid plans to customers, that's the revenue. We pay the coffee shops per cup redeemed at their place. Because we instantly become any coffee shop's biggest customer, we get a discount on coffee. And the idea with the unlimited plan is to be for the average user to consume exactly that number of cups where he saves money and we still make money.
So
Were
that's
the
that.
meetings with VCs good?
What's
They were
that?
good? The meetings
He just
with
came
the
in.
VCs?
Oh, yeah,
They-
they're good.
they
They're
were
good. It's still very early. It's mostly meetings of, we just closed the seed round. Look at us, let's talk in 3 months. We're not talking numbers yet.
Okay.
How often do you hear no from a coffee shop, and what's the biggest reason that they say no?
It's a good question. Out of 10 meetings, 7 end in a yes. That's how often. The biggest reason that they say no now is I don't do apps, something like that. It's small business owners. I don't know who here works with small business owners. Most of the times they're super busy with a lot of other stuff that they need to deal with, and they see these apps as kind of this nice to have addition, marketing or loyalty or whatever. So that's the challenge, convincing them, not that cups is good or bad, but good of course, but that they need something like cups, that there is even room now in their life to implement this service and start accepting cups. Another thing is because we're kind of a coffee chain, the coffee shops that join cups see this as a members club, and each coffee shop in it has an effect on the others. So no coffee shop wants to be the best coffee shop on the list, you know what I mean? They want to feel that the others around them, that it's not a lame coffee shop app, that these are actually the good coffee shops in New York. This is an ongoing process. As we grow, we improve the quality of coffee shops.
And then your wife hasn't divorced you yet?
No,
Okay.
no, not yet. She needs me for the visa. That's why I got her.
Well, good guys. Really appreciate it. Thanks guys for hanging around, and this was a bonus and add-on. But appreciate you guys coming over. Thank you.
Yeah.
Great.